Hello, and welcome to this lesson of diffusion theory and its role in living organisms. By the time you finish this video, you should be able to define diffusion and explain how molecules move down a concentration gradient, understand how diffusion occurs across cell membranes in living organisms, apply knowledge of diffusion to real biological examples and factors affecting its rate. Molecules are constantly moving randomly. When there are more molecules in one area compared to another, they naturally spread out. They move from where they are crowded to where there is more space. This movement down the concentration gradient does not require energy. It happens automatically. In living organisms, diffusion still moves substances from high to low concentration, but the cell membrane controls what can pass. It is selectively permeable. Small molecules, such as oxygen and carbon dioxide, can diffuse through easily. Larger molecules usually cannot pass without assistance. Diffusion is essential for life. It allows organisms to absorb nutrients, remove waste products, and exchange gases for respiration and photosynthesis. Without diffusion, cells would not receive oxygen or nutrients, and waste would build up. In the small intestine, glucose and amino acids diffuse from the lumen into the blood in the villi. In leaves, oxygen diffuses into mitochondria for respiration, and carbon dioxide diffuses into chloroplasts for photosynthesis. During transpiration, water vapor diffuses out through stomata. In the lungs, oxygen diffuses from the alveoli into the blood, while carbon dioxide diffuses out. The rate of diffusion depends on three main factors. First, concentration gradient. The greater the difference in concentration, the faster diffusion occurs. Second, temperature. Higher temperatures give particles more energy, so they move faster. Third, surface area. A larger surface area allows more molecules to cross at the same time. Let's dive into some exam-style practice questions. You can pause the video and try it yourself. After digestion, glucose and amino acids are in high concentration in the lumen of the small intestine. Explain how they move into the blood in the villi. In the small intestine, nutrients such as glucose are in high concentration inside the lumen after digestion. In the blood inside the villi, the concentration is lower. Glucose diffuses across the cell membrane into the bloodstream. This movement occurs down the concentration gradient. In a leaf, oxygen is present in the air spaces between mesophyll cells. Explain how oxygen reaches the mitochondria of cells for respiration. In a leaf, oxygen is present in the air spaces between the mesophyll cells. The concentration of oxygen is higher in these air spaces. Inside the mitochondria of cells, oxygen is constantly being used for respiration. This means the concentration there is lower. So oxygen diffuses from the air spaces into the cells and into the mitochondria, moving down its concentration gradient across cell membranes. This allows respiration to continue. Moving on, water vapor is produced inside the mesophyll cells of a leaf. Explain how water vapor leaves the leaf during transpiration. Water vapor is produced inside the mesophyll cells of the leaf. Inside the leaf, the concentration of water vapor is higher than it is outside in the air. Because of this difference in concentration, water vapor diffuses from the mesophyll cells into the intercellular air spaces and then out of the leaf through the stomata. This movement happens down a concentration gradient, from high concentration inside the leaf to lower concentration outside.